Hey friends, welcome to my channel Here in the Making, where you will find faith-based content relating to reflection, journaling, growth, healing, wellness, life in medicine, and so much more. So if that's your cup of tea, well, welcome. Grab a seat, get your journal out. I'm not going to talk like a subject matter expert or act like I finally arrived at fully understanding God's love. Although I'm not new to the journey of walking with Him, each step and each season brings its highs and lows that leave me in awe of Him while simultaneously grappling with my humanity. The fallen, broken, and traumatized part that makes the lies I've believed for so long look and feel realer and truer than God's truth. But God pursues me anyway, and I don't understand why. Although my heart was close to it at first because of what I understood about love, He continued to pursue me with gentleness, consistency, sovereignty, love, grace, and mercy. As my heart began to open and I start to respond, here's what I've observed about God's love. One day, while in a new town that I had just moved to, the reality of the transition hit me and I became emotional. I was seated in a restaurant eating my lunch and my eyes welled up with tears. And those tears collectively decided to flow down my cheeks without even asking for my permission. I was in my own world. I didn't realize a customer at the other table noticed me crying. She walked over to me and said, in her thick southern accent, "I don't know what you're going through, but it's going to be okay. I love you and I'll pray for you." After a few comforting words, she left the restaurant because she was done eating. At that point, I was in shambles. I knew this was God because it is so like Him to pour out His love through strangers. While collecting myself from this unexpected encounter, the lady came back into the restaurant, walked up to me, and said, "I couldn't leave without praying for you. God would have dealt with me if I did. If it's alright with you, can I pray for you?" I agreed, and she prayed. Afterwards, she hugged me and reminded me that God loves me. She loves me and it's going to be okay. So I felt safe enough to open up to her as to why I was emotional. And she shared her story with me of going through a similar transition and how God brought her through. We talked for a bit, then she left. I felt comforted and knew without a doubt that was God loving me, comforting me, and giving me reassurance that He's with me and it's going to be okay. Now, your experience will probably not look like mine, and that's okay. The thing to take away is that God goes through small and great lengths in pursuit of you to show you that He loves you, that He cares, and He's pursuing you. So what does God's love look like? Well, to me, it looks like the attributes of love expressed in your everyday life in unexpected and sometimes unexplainable ways, but it pierces the heart and the soul and it fills a void you didn't know you had or fulfills you in a way you didn't know you needed fulfillment. It looks like the kindness of a stranger, the generosity of a friend, the comfort of a parent. In the face of division, it looks like two strangers coming together to share a bond. God's love looks like unity, grace, compassion, mercy, justice, provision coming out of nowhere. The heart of a mean supervisor softening in favor of you. The joy of a baby that fills your heart. The random text or call from a friend saying, "Hey, you were on my mind. I'm praying for you." And it came right when you needed it most. God's love to me looks like praying about something in secret and seeing God answer it in the open. He's so aware of you. God's love looks like Hosea's faithfulness to Gomer, Jesus' kindness to the woman at the well, God's patience with the children of Israel during Exodus in the wilderness, Jesus' sacrifice on the cross. God's love looks like 1 Corinthians 13, verse 4 through 10. And reading it in the Message version, it says, "Love never gives up. Love cares more for others than for self. Love doesn't want what it doesn't have. Love doesn't strut, doesn't have swelled head, doesn't force itself on others. isn't always me first, doesn't fly off the handle, doesn't keep score of the sins of others, doesn't revel when others grovel, takes pleasure in the flowering of truth, puts up with anything, trusts God always, always look for the best, never looks back but keeps going to the end. Love never dies. Inspired speech will be over someday. Praying in tongues will end. Understanding will reach its limit. We know only a portion of the truth, and what we say about God is always incomplete. But when the complete arrives, our incompletes will be canceled. And then on verse 12, it says, "We don't yet see things clearly. We're squinting in a fog, peering through a mist. But it won't be long before the weather clears and the sun shines bright. We'll see it all then, see it all as clearly as God sees us, knowing Him directly, just as He knows us." Right now, I feel like I only know a little bit of what is available. I feel like I only know a little bit about God's love compared to the vastness of His existence. But I also have hope that as He pursues me and as I respond, He will continue to show me and fill me with more of His love. Now it's your turn. Let's journal about it. What do you understand about love? How have you experienced God's love for you in your life? And what did it look like? 1 Corinthians 13 lists the attributes of love. Which one or which ones resonate the most with you? Why? Which one of them do you struggle to see or believe? Why? As you reflect on these questions and journal about it, I pray that God opens your mind, opens your heart, and bring you more clarity into you and His relationship. What I'm about to say is for the both of us. Please keep growing. Please keep healing. Please keep searching for God to see Him in every aspect of your life. And as you find Him, because you will, if you search for Him in truth, keep your heart open and receptive, and He will help you do that too. He's already aware of who we are and who we may pretend to be, so there is no need to hide or to be afraid. May the God of love, grace, mercy, and peace be with you on this journey.